What's going on, guys? I hope all is well. My name is Rico. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. So I wanted to talk about the question, what's a better way in order to pay off debt? Is it using a balance transfer or is it using the snowball method? And I wanted to kind of describe what those two methods are. So a balance transfer is essentially when someone owes debt on a card or multiple cards, and they use an offer from an institution. So institution may have an offer such as, hey, we'll give you this credit card. You have this credit card you have with us, and you have an offer, maybe for example 0% no interest for 12 months on balance transfers. And someone can use that offer essentially to pay off a creditor or another creditor and bring that debt over to the institution that has a 0% 12-month offer and enjoy no interest on payments for 12 months. So that will basically give that person no interest for 12 months and give that person time to be able to pay off on that debt without accruing interest. And there is a balance transfer fee usually for most institutions for processing it. It may be like a 3% fee, a 2% fee, or 4% fee of the amount that a person transfers over. With the snowball method, essentially you're not transferring balances over. With the snowball method, you have, for example, let's say 2 credit cards. You may have a $500 credit card balance at one institution, and then another institution you may have a $1,000 balance. And for example, you may decide to say, hey, I'm just going to pay these credit cards off or work to pay these credit cards off. So what you do is for those credit cards, for the bigger credit card with $1,000, you will pay the minimum payment. So say, for example, the minimum payment is $25. You just pay that on the bigger credit card. But with the one that has the $500 balance, you're going to pay the minimum payment plus any amount that you can afford to try to attack the smallest balance or attack that smallest balance. So instead of, for example, the minimum payment $25, you're trying to pay, more than that. You're trying to pay $50, $100, whatever you can pay over the minimum payment in order to quickly knock that one out, so you can kind of get that one knocked out. And then so you can move on to the next highest credit card balance that you have, which in that case would be the one that has $1,000. So the premise of it is, hey, let's pay off the smallest debt first, and let's attack that one with all the ferocity you can, and then let's attack the next larger one the same way, essentially. So you kind of cause an avalanche. I mean, you're starting small and you're working your way up to be able to pay off on your debt. And personally, so I like both of these methods. I feel that the snowball method, which I've used before, is the better method. And the reason is because with the snowball method, it allows you to see your debt and be able to kind of just know where you stand and be able to start or have the intensity and just know, hey, I got this debt. Let's kind of have this method of just paying off the smallest one and keep on going up so you can see progress. But I've seen with people who have balance transfers, you can somehow or some way kind of get lackadaisical, meaning I've seen people who, for example, pay off all their credit cards using a balance transfer. So say, for example, you have credit cards totaling $5,000. So you take advantage of a balance transfer offer to pay off on those cards, and that $5,000 to transfer it over to the card that has the balance transfer offer. So now you have, $5,000 on that card, and you have 0 interest for 12 months to pay it off. What I've seen for people is that they kind of are not intense about paying that balance off because they know they have 0% no interest. And then at the end of the 12 months, they still have a balance. They still have that balance, and then they're calling or they are asking, the institution that, hey, I still got this balance. Is there a way that you can extend out the 0%? which most institutions don't have that option to be able to extend out your 0%. They just give it to you for whatever time frame or offer that they gave you. And then they're looking, then what'll happen is once it expires, then obviously you'll start being charged interest on it. So to me, it's better to just do the snowball method in certain circumstances, because it allows you to really have a point of view and see that debt and kind of just get intense about it. Get excited about paying it off, so you can kind of start from the smallest and work your way up. So I think both of them can be great methods. I just like the snowball method better because it allows me to see it instead of just transferring everything over in a big lump sum and maybe not having the same intensity I would have to pay it off if it was just individual, separate. And another thing about snowball method, since a person does have those individual credit cards, it is accruing interest. But, your hopes is, hey, I see this debt, let's work to pay it off quickly so we can, quickly pay it down and eventually mitigate the interest and avoid interest when we pay off this balance. Whereas with balance transfer, like I stated, you do have 12 months or, depending on the offer, you do have an offer sometimes to be able to avoid interest during that time frame to be able to pay it off. So it just depends. So I just wanted to kind of share that viewpoint of what those are and how it can benefit you in paying debt. So let me know what you think. Let me know what you think in the chat about paying off debt, and what methods have you used or are you using to pay off debt. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Peace.